Racing on down towards 2 from the finish, Roars 5 on the inside of Isle of Sarah 14, Stephen Murphy on the outside of Rocky Rollers Gambling Channel, then Brightside on the inside as they take it, it's Isle of Sarah 14, jumps it much better than Roars 5, Rocky Rollers Gambling Channel, bang there now, also David Henshaw creeping into it nicely under Tom Scudamore, Brightside still there on the inside, Stephen Murphy dropping back now, as Nurse Ratchet goes past him, also spin on the far side, racing on up the hill in the Coral Cup, it's Rocky Rollers Gambling Channel, chased by Isle of Sarah 14, also Nurse Ratchet, David Henshaw this side, spin towards the far side, it's Rocky Rollers Gambling Channel down towards last, takes it ahead of Nurse Ratchet, spin on the far side, David Henshaw this side, it's Rocky Rollers Gambling Channel, chased by Nurse Ratchet, Tony McCoy getting a good tune out of Nurse Ratchet, it's Rocky Rollers Gambling Channel, Nurse Ratchet closing in on Rocky Rollers Gambling Channel, at the line, Rocky Rollers Gambling Channel, Nurse Ratchet, Kino 856 and Logic to win, still looking horns at the head of affairs, Jamie Taylor the red jacket, Benny Dorm sat against the rail, sat in behind the leaders, the governor along with guilt designator, a decade drifting, Hellface towards the far side, Seesaw Lark, Rob Todd beginning to make a move, question mark, Seesaw Mark's way back, he's only got 3 behind, they are boys, Seesaw line and Bandit Pack Kebab, as the race on inside the final 2, it's the governor who's come through to lead with a white jacket, Jamie Taylor, Benny Dorm under the near side rail, Rob Toy and Seesaw Mark weaving the way through, it's the governor from Jamie Taylor, Benny Dorm still there under this near side rail, Seesaw Mark with a navy jacket comes through very strongly, as the race on the inside the closing stages, it's the governor and Seesaw Mark, these two do not like each other at all, the governor on the near side, Seesaw Mark on the far side, the governor battling back this side, and got back up, the governor. Lady JJ leads the far side group along with Check the Toasty Tiger 147, Phone Box Checker in that group along with Kizzy Finn, Craig, Chris Leach race side by side, Dean Allen following these along with Mike Antonio Face side Dark Nom Norto towards the back of that group along with the likes of Luke Palumbo, Paul Wilson, Stephen Murphy's push bike. Meanwhile this near side group Seaside Fog leads there with Mitch C, Fake Simon Balls, Helen Tomlinson, Just John, Richie Rich and also John Jules. The far side have the call, it's Neddy JJ, but Check the Totis all over her in second place, then Phone Box Checker, Kizzy Finn next, Luke Palumbo trying to make ground, Paul Wilson switch for a run towards the far side, Norto, Stephen Murphy's push bike, Check the Toasty into the lead from Neddy JJ, Phone Box Checker, Kizzy Finn, Paul Wilson under the far side rail, Luke Palumbo, Norto trying to make ground, it's still Check the Toasty who leads, chased hard by Paul Wilson over the far side, Norto down the centre, it's all changed now, it's over the far side, Paul Wilson, Norto this side, Norto, Paul Wilson, Norto, wins the Royal Cup from Paul Wilson. All the actions on the far side, Michael Shady leading from Unworthy Clock and Ben Furphy, Benny Dawn the blue jacket, Jamie Taylor there with a noseband, Benison Skipton, Sidgino Silver, or whatever good 3X along with 332 Cedars. It's all changed now, so Unworthy Clock takes over inside the final furlong from Michael Shady, Jamie Taylor there with a noseband, Benny Dawn this side, Ben Furphy, it concerns these 5, Unworthy Clock from Jamie Taylor, Benny Dawn this side, Unworthy Clock and Jamie Taylor, Unworthy Clock held on to win the Windsor Castle. Towards the final 2 furlongs in the coronation, still St. Eyes leading on the inside from Becky Staffy's Fast Stink, Shelley out from the dark jacket, Tess Arla out wide of these, then Marie Healy, Pam Gary in behind the leaders, Kaylee Murphy still got an awful lot of work on, likewise Ella Muse and Mary Hinge, still St. Eyes on the inside leads from Tess Arla, Shelley out from them between the 2, then Ella Muse looking for a gap, Pam Gary the red cap, out wide of her, Mary Hinge finishing off well, it's Tess Arla swept through to the lead from Shelley Alpham, Ella Muse the green jacket, down the wide outside Mary Hinge, it's Tess Arla, Ella Muse, Mary Hinge, Ella Muse into the lead from Tess Arla, Ella Muse, got there from Tess Arla. Race on down towards 2 from the finish, Ryan Moore's whip is now being joined by the Archdeacon this side, bad mistake there, the Archdeacon, down on his nose there, Aidan Coleman's done very well to maintain the partnership, Ryan Moore's whip has regained the initiative, to be fair to him there, the Archdeacon battling back this side, Random Shit has now gone past Tony Glenville, number 1 through to Salesman into third, down towards the last, Ryan Moore's whip and the Archdeacon, much better jump there, the Archdeacon jumps to the lead, Ryan Moore's whip on the far side, these two locked in combat, the Archdeacon on the near side, beginning to extend away from Ryan Moore's whip, not today for Random Shit, the Archdeacon coming towards the line to win, the Archdeacon from Ryan Moore's whip. John Wright under the near side rail leads with Jolly Boy John away to the left, D-Mac in between the 2, Ungabert Hamperdinck sat in 4 spot against the rail, Therapy away to the left with a noseband, LOL Brown racing next along with Ben Furphy, Scars is one of the back markers along with 332 Cedars. As the race on down towards the final 2 in the Dewhurst, John Wright has now been joined by D-Mac, Jolly Boy John there with a white face, Therapy has now been passed by LOL Brown, Ungabert Hamperdinck looking for racing room, Ben Furphy next, Scars needs to pick up along with 332 Cedars. It's all changed now, D-Mac now takes over, LOL Brown, Jolly Boy John, Ungabert Hamperdinck looking for racing room, John Wright still there under the near side rail, it's D-Mac leading from LOL Brown, Jolly Boy John making a wave of 3, Ungabert Hamperdinck, it's D-Mac leading, D-Mac from LOL Brown, Ungabert Hamperdinck staying on late, Jolly Boy John, D-Mac for the money, D-Mac lands the Dewhurst. Miss L continues to lead down towards the final 3 with Stacey May this side, Pam Gary towards the far side, Kaylee Murphy there with the noseband, Miranda Harper white cap, the final pair are still Sniper with Assassin in along with Rachel Pebbles. Racing on down towards the final two. Push comes to shove. Missiles now been headed by Stacey May this side. Sniper Wolf Assassin makes a sweeping move on the far side, along with Miranda Harper, the white cap. Pam Garrett also over there. Kaylee Murphy, Rachel Pebbles racing down towards the final third. Against Sniper Wolf Assassin from Miranda Harper. Rachel Pebbles finishing off well down the centre. Stacey May continues to hang badly over the far side. It's Sniper Wolf Assassin down the centre. Rachel Pebbles. Sniper Wolf Assassin and Rachel Pebbles. Rachel Pebbles kicks in the afterburners and goes to the lead. Rachel Pebbles. Oh, what a record filly! She's still this in a matter of strides. Home straight on the long names derby. The defending champion Big Board 5000 J Skindle leads to Low Pickles 110,976. Hubert Blaine Wolfest Lagos and Asperger Dolph on the inside. Sidney Silver in the weather is good for X Racing out widest of all. Then see some Moxley to tennis longer. Nothing's longer getting a nice split with the inside rail. Being tracked through by Rock Rollers Gambling Channel. It's all changed now. See some Moxley to tennis longer. Nothing's longer into the lead. Hubert Blaine Wolfest Lagos and Asperger off this side. Splitting the two Rock Rollers Gambling Channel. It's Hubert Blaine Wolfest Lagos and Asperger off this side. See some Moxley to tennis longer. Nothing's longer on the far side. Rock Rollers Gambling Channel in between the two. It's close. Racing on inside the final two furlongs, plenty of chances. Silver Fox leading from Aloha Brown, also 2020. Chris Mardlin next, along with John O'Ten, Basher Was, Shelley Alpha, the Philly trying to stay along with Luke Obama, and Norton. Onto this SRL, Aloha Brown now takes over to the far side. Silver Fox in between the two, also 2020. Luke Obama trying to stay on from the back along with Shelley Alpha. It's also 2020. Aloha Brown on this SRL, Luke Obama, also 2020. Hold on, from Luke Obama, it closed very late at the line. Also 2020. Oh, his jockey's delighted with that. Inside the final furlong and a half, Anand Patel has kicked away from Ada Hebben and J's 84 D-Mac next, along with Daniel here and the Stew Me Up. The racing inside the final furlong now. It's Anand Patel, Ada Hebben towards the far side, J's 84 the red cap, D-Mac in between the two. Racing well inside the final 50 yards. It's Anand Patel. D-Mac looks a real danger now. Can D-Mac get there? Anand Patel, D-Mac, Anand Patel held on from D-Mac, who was closing very late at the line. The stands are full of Patels and they'll be watching. Racing on down towards two from the finish, eBay Legend TE. eBay Legend love a great lead by the leader, jumps ahead of TE. Luzarukin again out to the left. J's 84's jumped into fourth spot ahead of John Wright and David Henshaw. Down towards the last, these two slugging out like heavyweights. eBay Legend on the far side, TE. These two having a great battle. eBay Legend, TE. eBay Legend another spectacular lead, jumps it much better than TE, who sprawled on landing and is now been pressed by Luzarukin and J's 84. eBay Legend with a 5-length lead. TE next. J's 84 making ground along with Luzarukin this side. eBay Legend wanted off a true line. eBay Legend, Luzarukin! eBay Legend was joined by Luzarukin. Racing on towards the halfway stage, it's still Dex Marker who leads to just John and Marie is mine. Sam Green in behind him with Mike Hunt on your faces. I dark nom nom nom. Looking towards the far side, Shake and Doe. Craig Fitz or Betton Terminal Gusson with the green cap still far back, along with Sir Simon Ball, similar colours. Malt Fucking Liquor, Quincy 111 goes well towards the far side. Inspector Tony Gadget is second last, and Seaside Lock is the back marker. It's still Dex Marker, the one they're going to get to Just John, Sam Green. Mike Hunt on your faces. I dark nom nom nom. Slicing through the pack now, Quincy 111. It's Dex Marker, Just John, and also Inspector Tony Gadget this side. Oh, look at Inspector Tony Gadget. Inspector Tony Gadget wins it from Dex Marker. They're going to have to go some to catch this filly. Tess Isle has made every single yard so far to Lefties Blues. Luzarukin against the rail. Kaylee Murphy. See some much jumper down the wide outside along with Darren. Ooh, now I come. Tess Isle being hunted down by Luzarukin sneaking through on the inside. See some much jumper. Check the toasty with the pink jacket down the wide outside. Luzarukin's got to Tess Isle. Check the toasty. Looks a real danger. Luzarukin, check the toasty. It's very close. Past halfway in the Britannia, it's still Liam Sutton who leads with Daniel Jellicoe. Let's Go Champ also over there. Northern Dan, DJ C6 Steve and Malt Fucking Liquor. Meanwhile, this near side group, Age 92 leads there with Flash Jack, Royals 5 trying to come through. Miss Duke Hacks likewise. The Archdeacon, Steve Lester. Oh, Craig Fitz and Betton Turner Augusta has been pulled up sharply at the back of that group. As the race on down towards the final two in the Britannia, it's still Liam Sutton who leads with Let's Go Champ, Northern Dan. DJ C6 Steve coming through. Ansaz is come through to lead this near side group along with Clayton James. Steve Lester's also there with a maroon jacket. On the far side, Northern Dan shot through with the noseband. Northern Dan into the lead. Dex Marker giving chase along with Hellface from the back. On this near side, Steve Lester's doing best along with Ansaz. It's Northern Dan chased hard by Dex Marker. This near side, Steve Lester. Dex Marker into the lead. Northern Dan, Dex Marker, Northern Dan racing towards the line. Dex Marker has his day in the sun. So after the bridesmaid. Paul Wilson down towards the final furlong, bidding to make all the running here. Don Pritch on the far side. Boonies and Baggers come next, and then see Smart Sticks and Tennis don't go enough is longer. It's Paul Wilson. Can he make all the running here? Don Pritch digging in on the far side. It's Paul Wilson. Out in front by half a length. Don Pritch struggling to reel it back. Oh, he's easy down close to the finish. Paul Wilson. Inside the final quarter of a mile, two fillies are dictated from the outset. AFJ on the near side. Marie Healy far side. Money Mike down the centre. D-Mac towards the far side with the yellow sleeves trying to make his move now. Tony Do Wonderful next along with Jordan's Gowley Diary. Welsh Doberman towards the far side. Special lead from the back along with David Android. Spread right across the track here. Plenty of chances headed down towards the final furlong. It's AFJ clinging onto this lead. D-Mac towards the far side. side. Money Mark in the centre, along with David Andrew on the far side. Special Lady, plenty of chances. Special Lady may well have taken over. D-Mac, David Andrew making relentless headway. It's David Andrew closing in on Special Lady, David Andrew. It's Special Lady, David Andrew. It's another one for the judge. Lord Chris is having a ball. He still leads down the centre of the course along with Joe Scott, last of Bitchery May one. Christian Edwards is now being driven. Likewise, Mr. Yuki Hanks. 5'7" Lioness Vlogger. The filly's going to need a gap in behind the leaders. Likewise, Kino 856 looking towards the far side. Baggers along with Mr. Bean. Scott God 1 also over there. Old Mad 1 trying to plough passage. Don Pritch racing this side along with Spin and Seaside Mark. Plenty of chances inside the final furlong. It's still Lord Chris. Being tackled on either side now by Joe Scott and Baggers. Kino 856. Mr. Yuki making giant strides now down the centre. Lord Chris, Mr. Yuki, Don Pritch this side, Mr. Newcastle, Don Pritch! Mr. Newcastle, Don Pritch. Gone towards the halfway stage in the Guineas. Jack the Licker got the rail, got the lead, leads to Sir Summer Bulls. Royal Garlic sat in first spot against the rail. Hellface out wide of him with a dark cap. Then Young Tom in between the two. The Godolphin blue colours for Luke Obama. Bliston Tim comes next, racing along with Meow Meow. Mike Gibbs racing just worse than midfield, the purple jacket. Bilston Tim next, Basher was. Booney's been given a confident ride towards the back, along with the likes of Dan Dobson. Machiavelli 420 also back there, along with Malt Faki Licker. As the race on down towards the final two in the Guineas, it's Jack the Licker leading from Hellface. Bliston Tim next, along with Mike Gibbs. Bilston Tim from the back. Also Dan Dobson, Raw Garlic still there under this near side rail. It's Jack the Licker still leading from Hellface now. Also there, Dan Dobson coming through. Dan Dobson looking very dangerous indeed. It's Jack the Licker and Dan Dobson. These two having the right set too, off up the hill. Dan Dobson on the far side of Jack the Licker. Dan Dobson a narrow leader. Jack the Licker not going down by the fight. It's tight at the line of the Guineas. Shelley Alpham spearheads them up the centre of the course in one big cluster, flanked either side by Caroline Twizzle and GPS MC Blog. Stacey May this side with the noseband towards the far side, Pam Gary along with Sniper Wolf Assassin. Becky Staffy's fart stinks in behind the leaders along with Kaylee Murphy, Miranda Harper next, FJ, Marie Healy this side, Winnie the Witch, Tess Arler's quite far back, St. Ives, Elamuse, also Mary Hinge. It's still Shelley Alpham who leads to Stacey May this side, Caroline Twizzle towards the far side along with Sniper Wolf Assassin, Miranda Harper next, AFJ. A new leader now, it's Caroline Twizzle who leads from Sniper Wolf Assassin on the far side, Shelley Alpham. Marie Healy finishing off well this side along with Stacey May. It's Caroline Twizzle from Sniper Wolf Assassin. Marie Healy finishing off very well indeed. Caroline Twizzle, Marie Healy, Caroline Twizzle wins the Guineas from Marie Healy. Down towards the final two furlongs in the Darley July Cup, it's still the Governor who leads from Lord Simon Bulls. Adam Thomas this side with a sheepskin noseband. Jolly Boy John, Timmy the Maverick Machine player. Dr. Tone towards the far side. Rob Toy, AG92. Daniel Jellicoe, 4-4, still got a lot of work on. Kizzy Finn, Hubert Blaine, Wolfers, Legoston, Hazelberg and off. It's still the Governor who leads from Jolly Boy John. Ding Dong looks a real danger now. Ding Dong comes through to take it up from the Governor. Jolly Boy John the far side. Adam Thomas in there pitching along with 4-4s are going to open blow. It's Ding Dong from 4-4s now. Ding Dong from 4-4s. Ding Dong! Hold on from 4-4s. Over the third from home, 4-4 again jumps out to his left to Craig Fisher-Better, Terminal Goodson. Benny G78 in third, then the Patels watching with the blue cap in fourth. On towards the second from home. 4-4 at this one, still out to the left, but leads from Craig Fisher-Better, Terminal Goodson. Benny G78 next, along with the Patels watching, a long way back to the Sleepy Hour Show, along with Richie Rich. On towards the final fence, it's 4-4 by 2 lengths to Craig Fisher-Better. Oh, he's nearly running out him. 4-4 over it. He's come to a complete standstill of Craig Fisher-Better, Terminal Goodson over the far side. Now real danger. Craig Fisher-Better, Terminal Goodson, and 4-4 battling back this side. 4-4 on the near side. Craig Fisher-Better, Terminal Goodson got up. Eric jumping from 4-4. Now towards the final furlong, it's St. Ives here. Can she sustain this? St. Ives being tackled on either side. Caroline towards the far side. Ryan Smith near side. John Wright, Rose 5 next. It's deep inside the final furlong. It's St. Ives here. Ryan Smith putting a sustained challenge this side. St. Ives, Ryan Smith lunging. St. Ives. Oh, she's very tough. Heading off up the hill, Lord Chris with a 5-length lead in the Kim Muir. At the second from home, Lord Chris through the top of it, but over safely to Belton Tim and Dr. Tong. Oh, Dr. Tong down. Crumpled on landing. Such a shame he jumped so well up until then. It's Lord Chris. His lead has extended away from Belton Tim. Lord Chris at the last. He's over safely. Lord Chris off up the hill. Lord Chris from Bilston Tim. Rock and Rollers Gambling Channel giving chase along with High Views and X. Lord Chris. Oh, he's emptying. Lord Chris is getting very tired up the hill. Lord Chris from X and High Views. High Views on the far side. X both chasing. Lord Chris emptying. Leads the line. X thrusting. Lord Chris and X. Lord Chris held on from X is thrusting at the line. From the back trying to stay on down the wide outside. Sleepy Hour Show along with Mitch T. There's out in front. Seaside Frog bidding to put this to bed. To over the far side some more. Oh, he's unbeaten. Seaside Legend in there pitching. Mitch C this side seeking the hat trick. Out in front. Seaside Frog over the far side some more. Mitch C this side for the hat trick. Mitch C got it.